tuning into the first episode of The Score of Health. I know it's been a long time, but I finally made it. And in all the joy that I feel from being Black, I would like to title today's segment Melanin Magic. Now, melanin is produced by the breakdown of an amino acid called tyrosine. It's responsible for the many wonderful things that happens in our bodies and brains. It captures light in our skin. It produces keratin for our hair and nails. Excuse me, I'm excited. But not only that, it also binds the metals and ions that are essential for our nutrition. Now, this all sounds like a secret weapon to longer living, if you ask me. But in order to understand how we benefit from this, we must understand our bloodline and the diseases that impact it. So we deal with a lot of diseases, some due to genetic variation, but even more so, some of the issues that we deal with are due to the choices that we make because we lack information or we lack certain resources. Now, our health does depend on our genetics and our bloodline, but it also depends on the environment that you were raised in and the things that you were exposed to. So depending on how you were raised and what you were exposed to, you could or could not deal with some of these issues that other people face. Now, if you were exposed to them, you very well have a higher chance at facing similar problems like others. Now, the three issues that are associated the most with the Black communities are high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and diabetes. Now, these are things that do come from bad decision making, yes, but they are also things that could be coded in your genes. So you may just be destined to have them. Now, today I would like to go over a blood test that I had to take, and it measured my glucose levels and it also measured my cholesterol levels. And I also want to discuss what those tests mean. Now, glucose is associated with diabetes. This sugar comes from all the carbs that we take into our bodies, and once we take them in, they are transformed into energy. Now, when you have too much, it causes a negative impact on your body. It causes damage to your vision. It causes damage to your kidneys and your nervous system. Now, earlier, when I spoke about how people were raised, what I meant was if you were raised in a neighborhood where there were no fresh food markets or nowhere you could buy fresh produce, then you probably picked up bad eating habits, bad nutrition. So you got hooked on things that weren't good for you. You carry those bad habits into adulthood, and that triggers a bad health state for you. Then you could potentially pass that on to your offspring, or you could just pass on those habits to little people that could put them at risk for a bad health state. Now, excuse me. Going over my papers, I don't want to really show them. But like I said, the first test that I was given was a glucose test. And basically, so before I get into my results or what you guys should know about glucose levels, glucose is measured in milligrams over deciliters. So if you get your results back and you have 70 to 99 milligrams, if you get your results back and you have 70 to 99 milligrams, you have a normal level for glucose. If you have 100 to 125 milligrams, you're considered to be in a state for pre-diabetes. And if you have 126 milligrams or above, you are considered to have diabetes. So watch your levels. Just go ahead and get that checked out. You want to make sure you stay on top of these things. Now, the other test that I was given was a cholesterol test, and that measured two different cholesterols in our bodies. It measured the total amount and then our HDL cholesterol, which is our high density lipoprotein cholesterol. HDL, remember that. Now, the things to know about cholesterol are that our bodies naturally produce it, and it comes from the dairy products that we consume as well as fatty meats like beef. So again, yes, cholesterol is good for you because it is responsible for making our hormones, and it's also responsible for producing vitamin D inside us or giving us vitamin D. But when you have too much, you can put yourself at a very high risk for a heart attack or a stroke. Not good. So we want to make sure that we keep an eye on those things as well. Now, like I said, they gave us I was given 2 cholesterol tests. Now, I'm going to go over I'm going to go over what the results mean for the total cholesterol test. And again, these are measured in milligrams over deciliters as well. So the total cholesterol, if you have less than 200 milligrams, you're considered to be in a healthy state. If you have 200 to 239 milligrams, you may want to watch it because you could be teetering the fence. Now, if you have 240 milligrams of cholesterol, it's too high. You need to take it down, or work on things that you can do to bring that cholesterol level down. Now, our HDL cholesterol, it differs for women and men because our hormones are so different. I mentioned earlier that our cholesterol is what helps produce the hormones in our bodies. So for men, if you have 50 or higher, then you're considered healthy. For women, it's 55 or higher. Excuse me, our HDL cholesterol. This is what I'm going over. I'm going over what is considered to be healthy versus not healthy for men and women in our HDL cholesterol. So like I said, if you're a man, if you have 50 or higher, that's considered healthy. And if you're a woman, 55 milligrams or higher is also considered healthy. Now, if you are a man and you have 41 to 49 milligrams of cholesterol per deciliter, you want to keep an eye on that because that could be too low. And for women, it's 45 to 54 milligrams are considered too low. Or like I said, not too low, but a little too low. Keep an eye on it. Maybe take in more dairy, or I don't want to say take in more fatty meat because that's not good. And I don't want to give away too much information on our diets because that's a segment that I want to discuss later on in the future with you guys. But we're just going to bring it back into the test results. Now, if you're a man and you have 40 or less milligrams of cholesterol, that's entirely too low. You need to change your diet and eat more eggs, drink more milk, eat more cheese. Cheese is my favorite dairy product. And if you're a woman, 44 milligrams or less is considered unhealthy for you. So just to wrap all of this up, we just need to keep an eye on our health. We need to ask questions. We need to take tests because if you're a young adult like myself, that's not something that really interests you. That's not something that's always on your mind. But as you become older, that's something that you need to take care of. That's something you need to watch out for. So if you don't know personally, your blood levels, your blood pressure, your cholesterol levels, go to the doctor, get tested, get looked at, because these are things, like I said, that we should know. And if you can't go to the doctor, if you don't want to go to the doctor, talk to your family, ask your grandparents, ask your parents. And if you're planning on creating a family, talk to your partner to figure out what it is that they have going on within them to ensure that you guys can have children and to ensure that those children live the best healthy life that they possibly can. So hang around, guys, and I'll see you next time.